Ladies and gentlemen, are you okay? Now, I think we look at difference between today's goal. Today's goal we're talking about is physiology, biomarkers, something like that, and biomechanics, and many things. We're talking about this. And today we welcome to the workshop for the mental energy. Today, this section, we have an opportunity from Dr. Frank Lu. The Frank Lu is a professor in the Department of Physical Education and Director of Graduate Institute of Sport Coaching Science at Chinese Cultural University. He graduated from National Taiwan Normal University with both bachelor and master degree in physical education and received his PhD in sports psychology from the University of North Carolina at Greensboro, and now he served in vice president in Asian Society of Kinesiology and Asian South Pacific Association of Sports Psychology and Sport. That's now welcome Dr. Frank Lu to the stage and present. Okay.
Thank you so much, and thank you for coming. Today is my topic. So my subtopic is thing behind sport excellence. And from the picture, like a Tiger Woods, like an athlete in a meditation state, and like someone play something like a Tai Chi, it's all related to mental energy. As we all know, everything got energy, and energy make things to work. For example, we have solar power, we have chemical energy, we have electric energy, and we have nuclear energy, and we have human energy. Because energy, we can work, the things can work, the car can run, and the machine can run, can produce something. How about mental energy? Mental energy, the same thing. Because mental energy, we can have long hours of working and high attention. And because the mental energy, we can focus something to do our work. So, mental energy, just like all other forms of energy, very important to human functioning, for your concentration, for breaking a distraction. So, mental energy actually is very important, influence our performance, cognition, also our psychological response, like a commitment. So if you have high mental energy, that means you have high motivation, high concentration, and high cognitive function, high psychological commitment. So this from Cook's research in 2006, even the sales performance. So academic, business, and the other area, like students, if they have mental energy, they are very important to their performance. And in mainstream psychology, people also study mental energy. For example, this organization, North American branch of International Life Science Institute, they suggest at least 5 dimensions represent mental energy, from motivation, cognition, quality of life, food and sleep. But although this Institute proposed the 5-dimension concept of mental energy. There's another scholar proposed different concept about mental energy. And for example, they have a different measurement of mental energy. When we say they have a different measure, that means they have a different definition and conceptualization of mental energy. For example, this Lieberman, he proposed they have a different five dimension of mental energy. So when he doing his study, he measure cognitive function, mood, EEG, MRI, and clinical records as mental energy. But the other one, like O'Connor, no. O'Connor study, he think quality of life and mood is very important. So O'Connor only used 2 subscale to represent mental energy. There's lots of researchers, they propose different concepts, different mental energy scales, from 1 item, from 3 items, from borrow the measurement from existing scales, and even this scholar, Mark Neiman, used temperament subscale as mental energy. So that's very, very destructive. No synthesized idea. In athletic, in sports, a researcher also studied mental energy. But from the literature, these 2 very pioneer researchers, Ken and Jim Lowell, they proposed when athletes high in mental energy, they will be in a state like no concern of performance, no fear of winning and losing, emerging in activity, very focused, totally controlled, and effortless. Similar, Jim Lowell had the same finding, like here, filled with energy and strength, and can do anything, and positive and confident. So from this literature, we already know sports psychologists, they are interested in mental energy, but without formal conceptualization and measurement. Still, lots of literature. This is a very famous literature in sports psychology about excellence, sport excellence. The state of excellence like this, totally relaxed, highly focused, confident, energetic, total control, and in very high automaticity state effortless. So all this literature meant one thing. That's one athlete, they have a high mental energy. They're in a very good condition and achieve peak performance. In sports psychology, several terms very similar to athletic mental energy, but it's different meaning. Self-efficacy, sport confidence, mental toughness, achievement motivation. All these 4 terms, they have a similar part, similar components of mental energy, but they are not mental energy. The pioneer researcher in our field, like Robert Nightingale, like Richard Shim, like Jim Lowell, in their books, their textbook, and their chapters, they're talking about mental energy. But they just mention. They never conceptualize it. They never develop a measurement. So this is a research gap. From so many years of studying sports psychology and sport excellence, I am concerned about mental energy, lack of conceptualization, lack of theoretical legal measures. So 2 years ago, I started doing this study. The purpose of my study was to define and conceptualize what is athletic mental energy, AME. And my another goal was to develop a measuring tool. I have conducted 2 studies so far. Study 1 was to develop a concept of athletic mental energy and propose a tentative theoretical framework. To achieve this purpose, I used 3 designs. The first design is initial qualitative interview. Then, after the qualitative interview, I conduct a quantitative survey. Then, after first stage and second stage, I organize a panel discussion to propose our findings. Initial interview, the first stage, we invite 7 elite athletes, 3 Asian level, 2 international level, and 2 intercollegiate. They are all athletes. We interview their experience about having high mental energy and their experience without having mental energy. And we also ask about if they don't have mental energy, their experience. And after the first stage of interview with the athlete, we organize a focus group with 2 rounds. We invite experts from sports psychology, sport pedagogy, physical education teacher. The first round, 5 experts. The second round, 7 experts. So after in-depth interview and focus interview, we generate basic idea of mental energy. So the stage we conduct a quantitative survey. We use open questions to ask athlete, college athlete, their experience about mental energy. Every qualitative interview procedure, we follow the guideline proposed by the qualitative scholars. For example, introduction. When we interview, we introduce our purpose of the study, and we explain the study will be confidential. And after they agree to participate in the study, we record all the interviews. And then after the interview, we transcribe all the recording content. And as I told you, the interview question including 4 major questions. This one, the first one, facilitating. That means what's the reason or what's the resource make you feel you are high in energy, mental energy and psychological energy, and what is the consequence of you having such a psychological energy. And the other question is what interfere or lower your psychological energy. And the other question is characteristic of such psychological energy. So during the qualitative stage, we have research tool. We use field notes. We use recording device. For example, we use our mobile phone recording device, and we provide them with consent form. We provide them paper, pen, and pencil. They can write down their thoughts, and we use camera and to record every section of interview. And we use computer to type something, and we provide coffee and water, so they have a comfortable stay to engage in our interview. So data analysis during the qualitative is follow this step suggested by qualitative researchers. First, we transcribe all the verbatim, interview verbatim, and also because we also have qualitative open questionnaire answer, so we all combine together, and we use social and convincing suggestion by open coding and actual coding, and we also adopt a constant comparison strategy to check our coding, and we develop sensitized concept, and we categorizing, sexualizing all coding. So we also make a coding note when we find something very interesting. So whole data analysis, we can make a storyline. And during our qualitative research, we are also focused on our trustworthiness of the study. First, we are doing line-by-line coding. When we interview with someone, we transcribe lots of verbatim. Now we have to check line by line, and each meaningful line we make a first order theme. And also, to facilitate our trustworthiness, we have multiple observers. We have 3 co-authors. We observe differently, and different investigators work together. And my team, we discuss about our verbatim analysis. We discuss, we debate, and make a consensus. And they are all trained and qualified sports psychologists. Well, during data analysis, we also invite the participant to check our transcribed verbatim, whether it is true or not. And so there's a participant double check, and we use participant quotation as our evidence of our major thing. So after that, we frequently check with the existing theory, like mental calmness, like self-confidence. So our data analysis is under a rigorous approach to do our qualitative study. Let's see the qualitative results. First, the experts and the athlete, they think as the mental energy is different. It's relative, biological, chemical, physical, solar, other forms of energy. As mental energy, they believe produce athletes' performance in sports setting. The second, my qualitative participants, they believe mental energy is a multi-dimensional concept. And the other important point is they found individual perception about his esteem energy state is characterized by having optimal experience of emotion, confidence, motivation, and concentration. So this is the basic finding from qualitative study. Then we, after the first stage, initial interview with athlete and experts, according to their opinion, we simultaneously conduct a survey, and we use open question. To ask their experience about mental energy. So they're from different sports. They are just college, around 20 and plus 1 AA, and they have at least 6 years of experience. So the open questions, quantitative survey review, they have 932 first order. Then we use a deductive method to condense into 3 secondary, and then along the 13 secondary we deduct into the 6th or 3rd order, and the higher order is the concept of mental energy. So after that, I invite 3 sport psychologists and 3 PE teachers and 2 sport coaches. We conduct a panel to discuss the previous stage 1, stage 2 result, and about the definition, about the conceptual model, and like that. This is the from qualitative and quantitative panel. So now the formal definition is here. Probably you can offer me about your personal suggestion and comment. What's mean as like mental energy is a athlete perceive, look here, perceive existing state of energy and characterized by high motivation, sports spirit, confidence, concentration, and vigor, but low in anxiety. So that's the definition, the formal definition. And this is the dimension of aesthetic mental energy. So from my research, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, we produce this aesthetic mental energy model. So from this model, you can see an actual mental energy involved include high vigor, high confidence, high spirit, high concentration, high motivation, but low anxiety. And the participants also provides lots of information about what can facilitate mental energy or what can debilitate mental energy, including personal, individual, social, environmental, and natural and material. And possible intervention sources, for example, like mindfulness, imagery, VMBR, goal setting, self-talk, hypnosis. So, and the last one is what aesthetic mental energy influence, like this way, go this way, influence cognition, mood, performance, and behavior. This is the whole model from our ground theory. So you can see the upper part is the source of facilitating, like a people, individual. And this is the source of debilitating, something impair or inhibit mental energy. And mental energy is around here. And it can be intervened by some psychological skill. And it influences performance, emotion, confidence, motivation, and concentration. All this is our conceptualization of abstract mental energy. The conclusion from study one is we need a measuring tool. And future research must examine antecedent consequences of abstract mental energy. And future study may conduct an intervention program to examine whether it can influence mental energy. So we do a study two. Study two, the purpose is to construct an initial questionnaire so we can assess abstract mental energy and examine its preliminary psychometric properties. We use three phases to do our study. The first is item pool generation. Then we examine content validity. Then we do our first start testing. From phase one, the item pool generation, we choose 50 items from study one. All 50 items with high frequency cited by athletes and experts. So these 50 items we believe have special meaning for participants. And we according stage one result, they have 6 dimensions. And 6 dimensions, as I already mentioned, including vigor, anxiety, confidence, motivation, concentration, and sports spirit. So content validity, that means we make a drop 50 items, but we invite 3 groups: sports psychology, sport experts, senior PE teacher, and college student, to check the appropriateness of 50 items. They consider we need more items. So we change our 50 items from 58 items, still 6 dimensions. And after that, we invite 10 college students to examine the fluency and readability and estimate the length of the time to finish the questionnaire. Then after that, we do a field testing. The purpose of field testing is to clarify the underlying dimension and to trim the number of items. The method, we invite 243 college students. We use abstract mental energy scales. And the procedure is we remain confidentiality and anonymous state, so they can do the start complete the questionnaire without any question. So after field testing, we perform statistical analysis that including discriminant analysis. Discrimination analysis is to compare all the high score and low score, whether there is a difference. And we also perform a EFA by exam is KMO bar-letter test, and we use a principal S-factor analysis and orthogonal rotation. We choose all the factor eigenvalue larger than 1 point, and as a selection criteria. So the first field state testing, we only 34 items and 6 dimensions remain. So the total explained variance was 62.79. It's a very acceptable range. Also the Chrome alpha, we examine the 6 dimension factors ranging from 0.77 to 91. So basically, we have a acceptable result. So here you can read when you listen my lecture. Tell me what's your question there. So look here, about 10 items that's characterized by having high motivation in athletic mental energy. For example, I feel excited to future competition. They have a strong motivation to future competition. I feel challenged to future competition, even they can be hard and difficult. Look, they are full of motivation, passion for the future. Look, and this one, I'm full of passion to attend my competition. I'm hardly waiting to compete. I want to show my best in competition. And I'm trying my best to get optimal result in competition. And I become encouraged to face top opponent. And I become deeply engaged in competition. I'm full of hope to win future competition. And the more I compete, the more I feel strong. All 10 items reflect one dimension of mental energy. This is the first one. We title it high motivation. Then the second dimension, we have 8 items. And 8 items, from the items you can see, these items represent participant sport spirit. Look, whatever I do, I feel so spiritual. I have good goal to accomplish in sport. I'm confident to accomplish the training schedule. I become more concentrated in sport. In sport, I feel there are endless energy in my body. I am more willing to accomplish the training schedule. I am full of passion to engage in training. Either in competition or training, I feel exciting. So such kind of psychological states, like a very high spirit. And the third dimension and the fourth dimension is confidence and figure. And here, the item purely confident. I feel I can win all competition. I feel so smooth to perform skill. I am very confident to win the next competition. I am invincible. My movement becomes so smooth. I am tougher than my opponent. I feel better control. Such kind of confidence, reflect confidence, and high vigor. Only 3 items, but very strong expression of vigor. No matter how long the competition, I don't feel tired. Even the competition is over, I still feel I have endless energy. Even the training is over, I still feel I have endless energy to use. And the last one, the last 2, concentration and low anxiety. Only 3 items, but this represents high concentration. There's nothing bother me in competition, nothing bother me in training. There's nothing I have to worry. Totally concentrate. Low anxiety. I feel so calmly to face my opponent. Facing the coming competition, I don't feel anxious. Even face a tough opponent, I don't feel anxious. So, this is the result from the study two. So there are some limitations of my study, including retrospect, memory, cultural difference, or solely rely on Taiwanese athlete and college student, and time limit and lack of Olympic champions. So because of limitation in the future, I and my colleagues in Thailand and Malaysia and Korea, we may conduct a cross-cultural validation. So, in the future, right now, the study 3, I am working on that. We are collected data to examine the test reliability and construct validity. And just what I said, cross-cultural validation is needed. There are several sources and reflections about experimental energy. The first one, what makes athlete perceive high in mental energy, and why athletes lost mental energy sometimes. And you may say they don't sleep well, they don't eat well, they have a broken relationship with the coach, they lost their love with their girlfriend or boyfriend. Yeah, probably. And the third one is impossible. What would athlete maintain high mental energy to achieve high performance? This is very important for future research. My goal of this research is to study something that can increase athlete mental energy so they can have a high performance. And the other implication is that every athlete, I think they have mental energy. But the question is how to gather their mental energy to maximize their performance. For example, yesterday, we saw the performance of Kim Young University student perform Taekwondo. If they want to perform very well, they have a high mental energy. So they have to gather mental energy so they can have a very high performance during the competition or during the opening ceremony. And I consider many factors properly facilitate or debilitate athletic mental energy. And once we can control athletic mental energy, we may create athlete's performance. And then the other one is my thought. Is athletic mental energy changeable by intervention? Although in the first stage, my participant, they propose imagery, VMBR, psychological skills training, properly enhance the mental energy, but no field of study to prove it. And then this is my thought. If the coaches, sports psychologists, parents, sport administration, faculty, they ignore mental energy, probably athlete lost their opportunity. And for coach, probably integrate athletic mental energy into their annual athletic training for athletes is very important. Potential. This is my potential research in the future. I will do the study with my student and my colleague and my international colleague. The first thing is skill development continually. Cultural validation in Malaysia Virgin, Thailand Virgin. Maybe Thailand Virgin have a 5 dimension or 6 dimension, but with more item. I don't know. I don't know, but we can cooperate together. So maybe in Japanese version, in Korea version, different country, they have a similar dimension and similar items, or more or less items. This is very important. So scale development, continuing to do it. And the second future direction is what kind of psychological skill training intervention may enhance the mental energy? People say, Frank, mindfulness is very important. Really? Really? Do you believe that? If you do it, can it really produce, enhance the mental energy? You need to do it. You need to prove it. So cultural validation, properly to Western society. And the other direction is the psychological, physiological testing. In my lab, we have an EEG and HRV as instrument. Maybe in the future, we examine actually mental energy with EEG or HRV. As to field testing, I think this line of research is very important. What means antecedents, proper personality, proper coach-athlete relationship, proper motivational climate. For example, strong social support. With strong social support, enhance athlete mental energy. This could be the direction. The other direction is consequence of the mental energy. If athletic mental energy is true, if athlete, for example, this group, Taekwondo, this group, they have a high mental energy. This group have a low mental energy. We can compare the difference in performance injury. I suppose this is just a hypothesis because no field testing. We can do it in the, for example, in January 2018, we administrate athletic mental energy to a group of Taekwondo player, and we separate high athletic mental energy and low mental energy. And after June, we go back to athletic care training center. We examine the recall of injury, maybe a difference. And mediator or moderator of athletic energy. This is possible direction for future research. Properly self-efficacy, social support, they can moderate or mediate athletic mental energy. And the last one is the relationship between mental energy and achievement motivation, training loadings, burnout, interpersonal relationship, and group dynamics can be the potential research direction for athletic mental energy. 감사합니다.
Okay, we thank you for your excellent presentation, and his research is really important in for psychology in the Asia. That is in the first time we're talking about the mental energy, yeah, and now we have enough time for open the floor for some question of the audience. This time I talk about look differently a little bit. We are talking about psychology. It's my mind. Then okay. Just ahead. May I have a question to you? Can you explain about the mental energy, mental toughness, and mindfulness in sport?
Good question. I have a tough question to me. Yeah, really. Athletic mental energy. From my presentation, you see is the difference. The from definition is existing state of energy. It's a perception. It's a state. And mental toughness according to Graham Jones, the two broad definition. Mental toughness is, is a developed or natural inherited tendency. And able athlete believe they are stronger than their opponent. Second, athlete with a high mental toughness, they believe they can bear the emotional, physical burden beyond their limit. And they have a high belief to win their opponent. So under high pressure, they are better perform than their opponent. So based on my descriptive mental toughness, it's overlap, but different. So that is the mental toughness. And the third one is self-confidence, right? Mindfulness. Good. Mindfulness is a very hard topic in psychology. Mindfulness, according is the simplest definition by Kabat-Zinn. It's what? It's focus on present time without any judgment. So mindfulness become a psychological skill in the general population and athlete. And researchers, they examine how mindfulness influence an individual, for example, psychological state, influence athlete performance. So mindfulness can be an intervention program because I believe if athletes have a long-term training of mindfulness, there can be a high mental energy. But it still needs to work. We just talk, no empirical study. Thank you.
Any more question? Have more question from the audience? Okay, okay, I have another question. Yeah. Then in some psychology is sports psychology is a psychology is mind. Sometimes we study in the paper and pencil. That is psychology side. How can we explain in another side like psychophysiology to study for the group, the AME. For example, is good thing. How you can do about psychophysiology? Yeah, like to say.
Yeah. That is the question. Actually, I'm thinking about this question. Pen and pencil, it has its advantage. Pen and pencil like it's an item. So when the athlete they respond, reflect the mental state. But the psychophysiology instrument like EEG and HRV, reflect in the picture in the computer. So if we can combine pen and pencil as mental energy and psychophysiological instrument testing, it will be better. My idea is, for example, we examine their pursuit training. The athletes come to your sports psychiatry lab and first they report their training hours, duration and intensity. And the item is how tired you are. Then we measure their HRV and EEG. Then we measure their mental energy. And time 1, time 2, time 3, time 4, all the longitudinal observation, we can see the change. For example, January 1st, they're training very hard. Their mental energy very low, and their HRV like this way, and then the other one before competition, because the athlete have well prepared and well rest, so their energy feel very strong. So they got high score in aspect mental energy. Also their EEG perform simultaneously. So for long observation, I think we can see a many meaningful data in the future.
Anything more? Like, let's ask some, please.
You're saying that you mentioned that it's important to how you perceive things is important. How you believe things is important, saying that. And what is the best way you think to change how athletes see things? Like how they perceive. Are there any as athletic trainer or strength and conditioning coach can use?
Okay. Your question is because athlete perception is very important. How coach can change athlete's perception, right? Yeah. Because perception is related to cognition. For example, mental energy. For example, I'm an athlete. I'm training very tired, and my perception is today is too tired to me. So when coach come to the athlete say, if I want to change his thought, maybe I can ask him to think about something beautiful or something, some picture like birds flying, seashore waving in a relaxed state, so he or she will not feel so tired. That's a way of changing perception. Yeah, I hope someday we can. I hope someday we can, teach, athletes to change their perceived mental energy. Even they are in very low state. Because my assumption is if they have high mental energy, they will have a high performance. But it needs a more empirical study in the future. Thank you for the question.
Okay.
We have just one question from the audience. No. Okay, then and final. Okay, just give me the applause to the Frank Lu. And thank you all of you very much for involved in this section. And then we start again in about 10:30. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much.